Hello friends, and welcome back to the channel for war number 11 of season 43, and today we have a rematch against TCN. These guys beat us earlier in the season, and they certainly let us know about it afterwards, so hopefully coming out of here with some revenge. Today's team, Omega Sentinel, Void, and Titania making her debut for me this season. I think I said after this war was over that this was probably the most fun I've had in war. Definitely this season, but in a while, I think. I had 8 fights today, and 7 of them were open to me by the time I joined. So I was able to, slap on one set of big boosts and just absolutely get in the zone and clear my entire path in one go. It felt really cool to do that. Starting off today, once again on path 1, we have a Mephisto here with a whole bunch of nodes that Void is going to turn off very quickly here. We've already got the Petrify up, and as you can see, I've sped up this fight just because there's nothing much interesting going on. Once you turn off his power gain from the aura and the regen, there's really nothing else happening in this fight. So very little danger here, and again, I said this in previous wars, especially when I have multiple fights with Void in a war, and we have a ton of Void fights today. I really want to make sure that I can finish some of these easy fights with him at or close to full health. Alright, next up we have a Void on node 20, a bit of a mirror match here. So originally we had a Jabari Panther assigned to this fight, and there was some discussion afterward that she might not be able to out-damage the regen from personal space. So I had Void available. I'm comfortable fighting him, comfortable fighting with him, and the nodes here aren't really going to make Defender Void any more dangerous than he normally is. So I think I do take a double medium at some point in here, so I do have to pot up afterwards. That's unfortunate. But more importantly, it does cause me to lose my combo. I think like right around here, I'm at 19. Yep, there we go. So, I don't know, my block didn't work or whatever, so losing your combo at a 9 out of 10 is pretty rough when you're fighting a Void. So now we're kind of behind the 8 ball here, baiting out the special 2, clearing the debuff with our 10th hit in the combo, and now we kind of have to just like race back up again to get up to that 10th hit before the next debuff triggers here. So we are winning the health race. I think this is only a rank 4 Defender Void, so we do have rank advantage, and of course I'm big boosted, so nice 20k crit, 13k crit on the special 2 there. Yeah, what a shame Void's damage is so bad, you guys. Alright, moving up, we have a Sauron on node 24. I took this fight earlier in the season with Viv. With Omega Sentinel, it's just as easy. I had an advanced power boost left over from that previous Void fight, so we're able to get to our special 2 very quickly here. Unfortunately, we do lose one of our heal block debuffs baiting out the special 1, so when I launch the special 2, we only have 2 debuffs applied. But as you can see, the Plasma's put in a ton of work here, doing about 3,500 damage per second. And then from here, I know that those Plasmas are going to finish him off, so I'm not really worried about getting back up to the special 2. Just, concentrating here on keeping everything paused with my light combo enders, and then reapplying a heal block if it happens to fall off, which it doesn't here. So, yeah, very easy fight. Only a rank 1 Sauron, I think, and Omega Sentinel. Very, very powerful. Alright, up in section 2 on path 1, and wouldn't you know it, it's yet another thing on node 30. I think I've lost track of how many times we fought Thing with Void this season, especially on this node. It's very common placement. Yeah, so I think I said in the last video I have absolutely run out of new and interesting things to say about this particular fight. This fight, it's sped up, of course, by, 2 or 3 times. It's pretty much textbook. I said earlier, I really wanted to concentrate on finishing these easy fights with Void at or close to full health to avoid, to limit my item use. And we do accomplish that goal here. So, very easy fight. Once you turn off the healing again, it's so easy to counter everything that Thing has going on. So, alright, next up we have a Spidey Supreme on node 40 with Buffet. Gonna go in here with Titania because she won't trigger Buffet. And Spidey's health pool is so tiny. You can just see, like, after one combo, he's already at 90%, and we're just absolutely wailing on him here. And he goes down, it's like fewer than 30 hits, I think, to kill him. And granted, I am boosted, of course, but, Titania is just so powerful, and his health pool is just so small. Tried to punish that special 1. I guess I was a little late because he was able to block there. We re-trigger the Haymakers and then just absolutely pummel him in the corner. Easy, easy fight. Moving on, we have a Dragon Man on node 46. Going to go in here with Void. I have another advanced power boost, and that's just because, again, I want to get a debuff up as soon as possible. If it's a Petrify, that's great. If not, that's fine too. So with high energy diet, Void special attacks are energy based, so he will heal up a bit from them, at least until we get those petrifies active. And then I'm trying to take care at the start of the fight here to block specials. I did accidentally trigger dexterity there. I didn't really want to do that. And that's just because, again, once we get the petrifies up, the fight is essentially turned off, because Mystic Dispersion is off, the power gain from the power charge is off, the healing from high energy diet is off, and the fight becomes very, very easy. Beyond that, the willpower healing that we're getting from Ineptitude is basically just going to keep us topped off. I think we do finish this fight at a full yellow bar. And there, in a fight where you can safely stun Dragon Man, he presents very little problems getting rid of that power charge. You can just stun him, you can let him hit your block with the special 1, or the special 2 will consume it as well. So, once you have the power gain and the healing taken care of in this fight, Dragon Man poses very little threat to Void, which is nice. So, right, we've got Fear the Void triggered, so it's just a matter of, continuing to hit him until he dies. Again, trying to just stay at a gold bar, essentially. We've kind of lost access to our special attacks. At this point, I know that I'm going to finish the fight at the full yellow bar, so I'm just backing off, letting the direct damage do its thing. Alright, up on Boss Island, we have an Absorbing Man on Node 50 with Safeguard. So usually when I fight Absorbing Man with Void, I take care not to heavy counter his specials because I want to end up reversing the healing that he gets from refining or switching forms. However, when I went into this fight, I actually did forget that the node had Indomitable on it until he gets heal blocked. I actually don't realize it until I see the little Indomitable icon show up on the HUD. So you can see me here, I'm baiting out special ones here, letting him refine, but I'm not heavy countering to remove that form. And once you get the petrifies up, you can take either approach. You can remove his form, you can let him refine, you can force him to switch forms. It's not going to matter because the healing won't occur. Other than that, our basic hits are limited by Safeguard. So really the direct damage from our debuffs is going to be what we're looking for. So spamming special ones, getting Fear of the Void up as quickly as possible here, and then you're going to see the debuffs do a decent chunk of damage with Fear the Void up and Void being fully boosted in this fight. So we only have one unique up at the moment. Oh, there's our second one. So there we go. We're getting about 2,400 damage per second here with 2 unique debuffs. There's our third one. So now we got 3,600 damage per second. We are safely turning off his regen, so it's just a matter of not getting hit. And avoiding taking a blocked hit too, because if he crits through our block, even with Void's gigantic health pool, a crit through the block is going to hurt pretty bad. So right there, I took a little bit of red damage through the block, an okay chunk of my health, but fight is pretty much over at this point. So yeah, I'm not too worried about it unless I take like a special one to the face. Then we would be in some danger here. So again, very easy fight for Void once you kind of turn off the healing, which is the main danger source for Absorbing Man in a node like this. Then you're good to go. Alright, last but certainly not least, we have a Mojo on 55 with Best Defense, which doesn't matter. Brute Force, of course, if he gets a bit too passive, is going to degen us, and then if we're relying too much on parry, the Disorients and the reduced parry stun duration are going to hurt us as well. But with Titania, it's easy to get openings without relying on those things. So right there, I take one hit of the special one, so I do trigger one of my indestructible boost hits there. And then I think we take a second one here because I don't get out of the way of the heavy fast enough. So normally in a fight with Mojo, I try and bait the special 1 just because if you do get hit, there's very little danger, whereas with the special 2, if you get hit by it, you're going to get degened anyway. So I think here I take a calculated risk. I push him to the special 2 here to apply a bunch of those weaknesses, and then I think he completes a prompt there. Yeah, so he almost got to the special 3, and now we're trying to bait out the special 2, taking a little bit of degen damage, making sure that my SP2 dex is absolutely on point there. And then I see that he's got the stun prompt, so I don't want to do that. I'll bait out a heavy if I need to. But now we're kind of in the rhythm here with pushing him to the special 1 and then just punishing it there. Got the Haymaker up on cooldown, so I'm feeling good at this point. Push him to the special 2 one more time, and he throws it right away, keeping us out of the SP3 danger zone, and then I think one more intercept here, and a combo finishes him off. So yeah, really, really fun war for me. It was a lot of fun, like being able to, again, to kind of push through the vast majority of my path, like in a 10-minute time span. I like that much better than, having to kind of piecemeal through it, a fight here, a fight there. So 8 kills for me, which is the highest I've had in any war this season, 0 deaths, and our record has improved to 7-4. So this definitely locks up Masters for us for another season, which is great. We are currently in the top 10, heading into War 12, which is going on right now. If we do win this war, we will be locked into the top 10, but there is an outside chance that we could still lose and still make top 10. So we'll see what happens. Either way, very, very happy to have achieved Masters for another season. Folks, if you enjoyed this one, please let me know by hitting that like button for me. And as always, thank you very much for watching. We'll see you again next time.